So a lot of people that I get from YouTube comments or questions in general, that a lot of people just want to get in for type of different income stream, and also they're looking at the market in different view because they think penny stocks that people just can generate 20,000, 30,000 in a day, and they're thinking like getting rich fast. So that's one of the reasons they get into the market. Another reason they get bought into buying the lifestyle dream from the other people that are trying to market on the internet. That's another one. So the last one will be people that they seen their friends, they got into the market and hit one of the bigger stocks that jumped about 200-300%, and they're getting recommended into the market, and they think they can hit one of the tickers that can go up 10,000, 20,000% in 2-3 years by long term. And there's total about 16,000 stocks in NASDAQ, so it's really difficult to hit that one out of 16,000. And I think that's also one of the reasons that they get in, just by seeing other people getting lucky. I think people think they can is people out there on the internet, they sell their dream about how they got the cars and stuff like that, and they think they can get into the market, and there's only two ways the stock can go up and the stock can go down, and each way can be 50%. So if they find some type of edge into it, they can get a general good winning percentage. But in average, people don't really profit from the stock market. They generally lose because they're trying to overtrade, getting emotional, stuff like that. Statistically, people lose pretty much all their equities in the first 2 months if they're generally as a beginner. And 94% people, they lose all their investment within the first 2 years. So that's the general statistics in the market. There's two things I think I'm different from those people. On the side is I don't really put like Ferrari and houses and like Instagram models in their face to show what type of lifestyle you can have once you generate enough capitals. Now the first thing I think is different is they don't really give you the track record. They don't really show you, they just sell you, this is what I have and this is what I did, and you're supposed to follow me using my strategy. And there were never account statements were proven, and some of it they fake account statements, they fake speeches, stuff like that. So none of it are real strategy you should follow, and they're just selling you a bunch of nonsense and basics you can get up on Google. And that's one of the things that I think is different from my services. And I think the second one will be based on their strategy. I use kind of like engineering mindset. You kind of want to go in and test your strategies and make sure it works by using amount of samples you want to track. And that's like the core, I think that's the major core difference between people that invent strategies that they don't have average statistics and average gain or average losses, and they don't have a sample to really prove that strategy actually works, and they never back tested before. Okay, the first thing will be adjusting your psychology. Is because a lot of people want to get into the market, they think money can solve part of their life problems by getting money from the market. And when you're jumping into the industry, you're not expecting you could make money right away. It's more like any other industry. You're getting into real estate, getting into any type of industries or sports. It will take years to get into the expert level or just to get good at it. And it takes practices, it takes countless times of study. So I want them to kind of prepare that it's a long-term thing. It's not like getting rich quick about in 30 minutes. For beginners, I would say trying to find the brokerage that fits the best for you. If you want to go short bias or long bias, there's different brokerage suitable for going long or going short. Other than that, once you find the platform and the brokerage you want to trade in, then you want to figure it out, dive into statistics, each pattern, and first thing you want to go into the market and see what type of actions you see a lot. It's repeatable again and again, like in front of you. Then you want to go in and track for specific actions that can happen in that specific time period. You can kind of sort out the data and find your own pattern. When I first started, I kind of fall into the beginner mistakes that following other people selling lifestyle marketing. Then fall into that trend, learned a bunch of basics, but I didn't really learn profitable strategies. Then I pretty much wasted $17,000, $20,000 just by buying courses overall. Then I really used my engineering mindset, that generating data, backtesting, and found out a lot of patterns that were not existed before, and that's where actually made me start profitable a lot. For me, I put in roughly about 10 hours a day, 365 days, no break. Pretty much every day listening, people talking about market and different, I would say, introducing indicators and just general thoughts about all aspects of the stock market. Then I was listening and using Bluetooth in the car, like pretty much everywhere you can, find a free time. So that's where I say I really started becoming profitable when I put a lot of work into it. Day trading is a very different, profiting, I would say, industry compared to other, industry out there. It's very aggressive income. So when you are seeing a pattern that can be happen, about 50, 60 times a year, every time when you enter in, if you have, perfect risk management, you have the perfect, calculated reward, then you can make about, 25% in one investment within 30 minutes or an hour. That's how fast you can make the money, and that's how much reward you can make it. It also involves, I would say, for beginners, it involves high risk, but the whole game about day trading is to control your risk. Once you control your risk, then high risk equal high reward, but if you can control the risk, that also means low risk, high reward. So that's the end game for. So there's more information in the description below. If you want to read the whole article, there's going to be more tips and involved in there. Just make sure to check it out. If you want to find more information about my courses and what they offer, want to join the communities, talk about other traders, make sure to check out my website, stevendockside.com, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Hey there, thank you for watching this video. I'm excited to share details about the Freedom Challenge with you. My name is Yuki, and I'm part of Steven Duck's team. Steven has made well over $11 million in verified trades. He shares tips and strategies via his YouTube channel, blog, social media accounts, and private mentorship programs. We understand there is a lot of noise in this space, and it is difficult to know who or what to listen to. Over the next 10 minutes or so, my aim is to remove a lot of this noise for you. I'm going to do this by introducing our flagship mentorship program, the Freedom Challenge. By the end of this video, you'll know what it is, who it is for, why it's different from every other program in the marketplace, and how it works when you become a new member. But don't worry, I'm not going to go into everything here because who has time for that? Instead, I invite you to visit the link below and explore that page because it has all the details you need as well as the answers to many of the questions I'm sure you have. Here in this video, I'll keep it short and sweet. But before that, let me take you back a few years to how all this began. You can read about Steven's full story and background in trading on the About page on his website. If you have heard of Steven before, you know he's taken a somewhat alternative path into trading. Not being born in the USA, he faced some tough decisions when his studies came to an end. He wanted to stay in America, but it wasn't as simple as that. So he looked into a number of side hustles and stumbled into day trading, which he immediately loved because he had always been good with numbers and formulas. The thing is, he made some mistakes, lost money, and had to learn how to correct these fast. So he read books, studied just about every online course and program he could find, and followed a bunch of so-called experts. This is where his frustrations began, even though he was starting to figure out on his own what worked and what did not. This was exemplified by the fact he was starting to make money. Why was he frustrated? Because all those books he bought, all those courses he took, all those mentors he listened to, just overwhelmed him with tips, tricks, and techniques, most of which didn't even work. He soon then figured out that most of the people he was listening to did not even make money in the market. Thus, he promised himself that once he built a strong trading record and found some success, he would genuinely try to help other traders avoid all that wasted time and energy he experienced from people who could not even trade. This is what led him to create the Freedom Challenge. He's a trader who lives the life he lives due to the trades he makes. Learning from the successful can pay dividends. Each week, he and everyone else on the team works with those in the Freedom Challenge to avoid all the wasted time he couldn't. Because although success in day trading isn't easy, it doesn't have to be hard. Okay, so what is the Freedom Challenge? How does it all work? Once more, what I share here is just an overview. For all the details, features, and benefits, visit the link below. So what is included in the Freedom Challenge? 1. You get complete access to the Trading Techniques video course, which breaks down the 8 techniques Steven has used to build a successful day trading career. In doing so, we teach you how to apply these different techniques to your trading so they hopefully work for you. Not only does this show you specific market patterns, but explains the psychology behind them. 2. A watch list. Steven reviews the market and makes suggestions on what trades he is focused on and why. He highlights every potential big play he comes across and details his reasons behind picking this particular stock. 3. Live trading. Each week, twice a week, Steven personally performs live trading masterclasses where he shows you the trades he makes and explains why he's making them. This feature is by far one of the most valuable parts of the Freedom Challenge, and it's something we take a lot of pride in each week. However, understand if there is nothing he deems acceptable to trade, there will be no live trading. But students use that time to ask him questions. 4. The Monthly Report Archive section. The Monthly Report Archive works alongside the strategy database, providing an in-depth analysis of different pattern performances that you learned in trading techniques. Studying these monthly reports that were released for several years will hopefully maximize your potential for profits and may help you improve your trading performance. 5. A private chat room and community. Finally, the Freedom Challenge grants you access to our private chat room so you can share thoughts, ideas, and ask questions both to other Freedom Challenge members and Steven and his team. We go into all these features and many more in the link below. So explore that page to get a feel for everything involved. All this brings us back to you. Is the Freedom Challenge right for you? All I can say is what we expect from each member and show you the difference between someone who succeeds with this program versus someone that doesn't. To start with, there are 3 non-negotiable words you need to find success in the Freedom Challenge. 1. Commitment. This should be obvious, but it amazes us how people think there's some secret ingredient to trading success. Just about everything in trading can be learned, but none of it comes easy. You have to work for it, and you have to work hard. This is a commitment. Without that, we cannot help you, nobody can, despite what some of the gurus say. 2. Willingness to learn. You have to appreciate that this is a process, and it's one you need to come into with an open mind. The journey is different for everyone. What Steven and his team can help you with is to tailor it around your situation. But this requires you to learn, listen, implement what you're taught, and have the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. 3. Engagement. Above all, you need to engage with us, the content we share, and other people in the program. Watching and reading only go so far. Watching Steven do trades helps but doesn't give you everything. You need to ask questions. You need to be part of the conversation. You need to take action and implement what you learn. If you do these 3 things, we can help. The Freedom Challenge is for you. If not, we cannot help, and nor can this program. And look, although we try to make everything we share inside the Freedom Challenge as simple as possible, it does help if you already know the day trading basics. We move fast, and everything we do is based on action. If you're still learning all the terms, for instance, you may want to read more of Steven's articles and watch more videos on his YouTube channel to get up to speed. But even then, it comes back to commitment, a willingness to learn, and engagement. We've had students who have made 6 figures in profit within a few months of joining. And although we're very proud of the success rate we have with the Freedom Challenge and the reviews and feedback we get all the time, we still have a lot of people that fail. Those that succeed and make money all have certain things in common. Those that succeed are committed, have an open mind, and are willing to learn and do the work. Above all, they are those that engage, ask questions, and get involved. Whereas those that don't see the results they desire are those that expect miracles. To see a deeper explanation and to see some of our success stories, click the link below. Hopefully, by now you are beginning to understand whether the Freedom Challenge is what you need. We've also built a community of traders that care about success, not just with short-term wins, but long-term momentum, so you can hopefully learn to trade well. This is what makes us different. We don't make empty promises or give you miracle cures. We don't overwhelm you with pointless information and content. We don't give you access to content and then leave you to figure it out on your own. We don't pump stocks on you just so Steven can make money off of those trades. The information we share, the resources we give you, the trades Steven breaks down and dissects. It's all based on what he personally does. So, is the Freedom Challenge for you? Maybe. I encourage you to visit the link below and explore in full. If you choose to be part of this ever-growing community of traders that expect better, then this is what you can expect to happen within the first few days and weeks. To start with, we'll send you all the login details and other resources you need, as well as give you clear steps on what you need to watch, read, and do. We then invite you to the weekly live masterclasses so you can learn directly from Steven as he walks you through the trades he makes and explains why he makes them. You're then invited into the private chat room where you can engage with Steven and the rest of the team, as well as the other forward-thinking, ambitious traders that are part of the Freedom Challenge. From there, you're held accountable and encouraged to use the resources we give you. Get involved in the conversations we have. Take action and put in the work. We don't promise you results, but we do teach you what to do and how to best approach it. Within a few months, you can make a lot of momentum. From there, the opportunities you can come across are huge, so long as you're willing to put in the work. So the question now is, are you ready to join? If so, visit the link below. This page gives you all the details you need to know about the Freedom Challenge. It breaks down the core features, the benefits behind these features, who the program is for, who's found success in the program, and how you can too. Verified screenshots that back up all the claims Steven makes, and everything else you need to know. Once you've explored and decided the Freedom Challenge is what you need, click the Enroll button and choose the plan that best suits you. I hope you found this video valuable, and we hope to see you in the challenge.